Okay, so if you watched last week's 2 Minute Tuesday, it was all about the items that you need to carry in your car when you're driving here in Spain. So if you haven't seen that episode, then when you finish watching this one, go back and have a look at that one. It's an interesting episode. When we were recording that, it sort of begged the question about, you see a lot of foreign registered vehicles when you're here in Spain. Now, obviously, some of them are going to be tourists, people here on holiday. But what about the rest of them? What are the rules and the regulations pertaining to driving a foreign registered vehicle in Spain? So we looked into that, and we've got a few pointers here that will make interesting reading if you're thinking of driving your car when you're here in Spain. So welcome to this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes. Okay, so as you would expect, there are different aspects that we need to cover. So the first one is, if you want to drive your foreign registered vehicle in Spain and you're not a resident of Spain, so if you have a holiday home here, as an example, then you can bring your car and you can travel in your car and you can use it for 6 months in any year. And what you must do is you must inform the authority, or not inform the authorities, but you must keep proof of when you entered the country. Now, if you are a resident of Spain, so you live here, you declare your taxes here, and you have a resident status here, if you bring a foreign registered car into Spain, you have 30 days within which to inform everybody and have the process of changing the matriculation over to and registering the car here in Spain. So if you are a non-resident, you've got 6 months. If you are a resident, you have 30 days. So the other thing that you need to take into account is that when you bring the car into Spain, it must be fully legal in the country of origin. So when you bring the car in, it must be roadworthy, it must be taxed, it must be insured, it must have all the correct paperwork, and so it's important that the vehicle is completely correct when you bring it into Spain. One point again for British clients is that you're going to have this 6-month period. However, when you because you're British, you need a visa to come here in Spain, and that's a 90-day visa. And obviously, if you intend to bring the car in for 6 months, well, the clock starts ticking on the day that you arrive. And so when your 90 days for your visa, or 90 days expires, then obviously you need to leave the country. But if you leave your car here, the clock for the car is still ticking. Now, if you there is an issue if you do actually overstay, and so this is really important that when you do come into Spain, that you keep a note, whether it's a ferry ticket or a Piaget ticket, or you've got to prove to the authorities when the vehicle entered, because the onus is on you to do that. Now, if the authorities do believe that you have overstayed and you can't prove when the vehicle entered the country, this really could lead to fines, it could lead to import taxes, customs duties, and any penalties that they decide to impose on you. So it's really, really important that you keep the date that you brought the vehicle into the country. Now, as with anything, there is documentation that you need to carry with you if you're driving a foreign registered vehicle. You need obviously your driving licence, the original vehicle registration documents or copies of them, the logbook, keep a copy of your passport and your ID details with you. If it's a foreign registered vehicle, then obviously you're going to need proof of insurance. And if you are a non-EU resident, you may need an international driving permit. So these are all things that are important to keep with you when you're driving your foreign registered vehicle. Back onto the proof of bringing your vehicle into the country. Some of the things we've got down here that will be accepted or that you would need to do for proof of the date that you bring the vehicle. If you have ferry tickets and you're bringing so mainly for people from the United Kingdom or Ireland, is that you can get a copy of the ferry ticket. Border crossing stamps. So if you have your passport stamped, then you can have border crossing stamps, toll receipts, to show the vehicle entering the Spanish toll system. And if you have the vehicle, it's brought in on a trailer or something like that, a delivery note or an invoice from the transport company should be enough. And so if your vehicle is confiscated or impounded because the authorities believe you've overstayed, then you've got some documentation to keep with you. So that's it really, just a really quick one on the back of the previous episode of 2 Minute Tuesday. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, my details are on the screen at the moment, so please drop me a line and let me know. And we'll look forward to seeing you for the next episode of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes. Until then, have a great day and we'll see you soon. Adios.